Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. So today I want to talk about that motherhood role, that role that us women take in the family as the matriarch. And in that role, oftentimes we find ourselves as the leader of the family. And don't get me wrong, all different religions and races rather go to church. But the Black family, church is our thing. We have been a church-going people since the beginning of days in this country. And now, with COVID-19 and the coronavirus being as epic and as a pandemic as it is, we can't go to church like we normally do. And I've noticed that a lot of people close to me, my good friends, are feeling a bit down because they have not been able to go to that weekly church fellowship and just see those people and get that weekly motivation and inspiration that they're used to. And so for some reason, you know, this pandemic has been getting them down. Well, not for some reason, for obvious reasons. And they're not getting that upliftment in church. Now, I can't say some churches did a really good job at figuring out how to social distance those that had property large enough or parking lots where they can do it outside. But now it's cold. So you can't do church outside. So I want to give you a few words today so that those that are feeling lost and feeling kind of far away from Christ, to let you know that the church house is not where you need to be next to the Lord. That is not the only place. You are the church. We are the church. And so while we're feeling like, where are we going to get our encouragement from? Where are we going to get our motivation from? I call my mother, as we often do. And my mom told me, you know what? You can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. So I stopped for a second. I'm like, what is she trying to tell me? She said, baby, why you sitting here worried about your relationship with Christ and worried about where you guys are at? A great way to figure that out and to measure that is to look at the fruit you bear, the seeds that you have sown. What are you reaping? How are your children? Do your children react in a happy way? Do they behave well? Are they well adjusted? Do you speak to them with love as much as you speak to them with correction? Are they picking up your good habits or your bad habits? What are the fruits of your tree bearing? And that's how you can start to determine and measure your relationship with God. So while we don't have the ability to physically be in church, we have the ability to stay connected. And so right now it is about us figuring out how to stay connected without being around, because we are together alone and it is okay. So take a little bit of self-inventory and look at your fruit. Look at your children. Look at your job. Look at your life around you, your relationship with your neighborhood and your neighbors, your friends, and see what that looks like. And that'll tell you where you need to correct yourself. Let's do a little self-correction. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Don't tell me what to do. We're going to look at each other, look at ourselves, and start doing some self-correction, because you can tell a tree by the fruit they bear. That's Eva's Corner today.
Now, sometimes you can bear fruit and they just go bad by itself.
Oh, Rickey!
I ain't trying to rain on your parade, but I'm just telling you, all of mine was born under the same roof with the same rules and regulations, and some of them they just decided that they wanted to be bad fruit. So I appreciate it, but hell,
they decided to be bad fruit. Rickey.
Bad fruit needed some preservatives. They needed preservatives.